Welcome back to another adventure. Aranda Point is a 20-minute drive from Noosa Heads on the Sunshine Coast. Explore the wet woodlands, marvel at the landscape and incredible wildlife as we travel to the water's edge. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Already just starting the walk through here. The bird life is amazing, and it looked right in front of me. Hello, darling. This is going to be an exceptional walk. Hello, darling. You've got a baby in there, hey? Look at your little darling baby. Hey? You have a good day, sweetheart. And here we have a number of more kangaroos just resting in the morning sun. Those kangaroos were not afraid of me at all. They must be very used to people. I'm definitely the first person to walk this track this morning. I'm getting all of the cobwebs. So much wildlife out here though, it's incredible. Can you hear the birds? What a spot. Look at how tall and straight this beauty is. It's a bit wet after the recent rain. Glad that I wore long tights and my boots. It's such a different kind of walk, walking in flat wetland areas after you're used to hiking in hilly, rocky outcrops. It's much calmer. And I don't know, it's just different, so it's enjoyable. The wildlife is just so abundant because there's so much water around. So I've taken a little sidetrack to go and see the cemetery. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. So this monument is in memory of the early European settlers who were buried at Mill Point Cemetery. And for the early settlers that worked in the timber industry here, it was quite dangerous work for little money. 9 men, 4 women and 30 children I found buried at this cemetery. 4 of the men were killed in a boiler explosion, and many of the children succumbed to lung infections and other diseases and accidents. It was a hard life. Reflecting on our past is so important. It allows me to see where we've been. I think I'm more following the kangaroo tracks through this section than anything. It's pretty overgrown. Alright, it's pretty boggy through this bit. Have a look. Little did I know that this was just the beginning. Okay, it's thinning out a bit now, which is nice. Didn't come prepared with gaiters today, so I was hoping not to step on any snakes through that section. Just found these growing here. If anyone might know what they are. Very prickly vine. Looks like something enjoys eating them. So the part of the track after the cemetery is very overgrown. I'm talking like knee height or higher grass. There seems to have been little tracks made through it, either by the kangaroos or perhaps a fellow hiker, but definitely needed some maintenance through here. You can see I'm basically following a kangaroo path all the way through this grass. It's not ideal. Okay, some more tracks. It's my best bet at the moment though. I'm also making sure I make lots of big stompy noises for anything that might be lurking in the grass. Hopefully that's enough. Wouldn't say this is my favourite part of the walk. Oh man, bit boggy here. I really don't want to sink in this mud, eh? This part here is swampy. I gotta try and stay up and out of this mud. Don would be having a heart attack if he was walking through here. He hates snakes.
No to danger noodles.
I must admit I'm being very careful. Ideal ground though for beautiful paperbark trees. Alright, I think we're nearly through the worst of it. I'm walking beside this little creek here that's dried up, but check out the roots that follow the creek for these trees. Pretty cool, hey? Alright, oh, here's a signpost. Let's check it out. Wow, this looks a lot more civilized, doesn't it? Look at that. And that's where I just came from. I kid you not, that grass was as high as my thigh. Honestly, I'm just so glad that I made it through that stretch of the walk. Gosh, it was sketchy, hey? Like, if I was with someone else, it probably wouldn't have bothered me by so much, but because I'm alone, walking through that height of grass, not having gaiters, was a bit of a concern for me. So I can feel my heart rate slowing down now and settling back into the enjoyment of the walk. Right. Let's check out the rest of this. Oh yes, this is much more my cup of tea. Look at these beautiful paperbarks. On one side of the path we have the swampy paperbark creek, and on the other side we have the open forest with a ground full of ferns. There's a lot of different birds coming out now that we've come back out of that wetland area. We're heading out towards Mill Point. The whole way I've been walking, you can hear the buzz of bees, but you can actually see them because they're up in the canopy on all of the flowers that are up there, probably mostly eucalypt flowers and some of the acacias or wattles that are currently in flower in the winter. As you round the corner just here, you capture your first glimpse of the lake, which is just fantastic. Can't wait to see the water. It is such a beautiful day here today. Do you like your Anzac biscuits? Crispy or chewy? Let me know below in the comments. It's chewy all the way for me. Mill Point is the location of the logging settlement that was once situated here. It's hard to imagine that this site was once full of old-growth timber, then laid bare. Writing about the woodland, a worker wrote, "Anyone who has never seen the Australian scrub can have no idea of its grandeur. The timber seems endless." Timber was transported here from the 1860s to 1892. It's an artefact-rich area with remnant bricks beneath an old fig tree and an old boiler. Inspecting the boiler and reflecting on the horrific injuries resulting from the explosion was very sobering. It is said that the remnants of the exploded boiler now reside in the lake itself. You can see more piping here running out into the lake. That historical evidence is being slowly swallowed by the elements. It is important we don't forget our history. In the subsequent 60 years, farming and cattle grazing followed. It was only in the 1990s that this area began revegetation. This was the last time I visited this place, right back when the regeneration began. Let me tell you, it's made a world of difference. Or maybe I've had 30 years to develop an appreciation. Either way, I'm thankful that I get to enjoy and share this special place with you. I am very surprised today by the lack of mosquitoes. I've had about 3 bother me, but considering the fact that I'm walking through wetland like this, it's pretty cool, hey? I will disclose that I am wearing AeroGuard or bug repellent. Mostly just to cover my legs, to be honest, because I was more worried about ticks and leeches. But it has been quite a pleasant walk, bug-wise. So I'm just walking from Mill Point now, back along the path that heads to Habitat Noosa, which is actually private property along the lake. Not quite sure what will happen when we get to there. I guess we'll find out. But gosh, it's pretty walking through here. You've got the lake over here on one side. And then we've got the paperbark forest over here behind me. It's just beautiful. Okay, well here we go. So one where we have the Alanda Point private camping area, which is 200 metres, and we're heading back to the National Park car park, another 1.6k. Oh, we're back into a bit of mud through here. See if we can bypass it a bit. That sounded good, didn't it? Thanks for coming on today's walk with me, guys. We've seen some amazing things, some incredible landscapes out here that are quite unfamiliar to me. Beautiful bird species, lovely wildlife, a little bit of sketchy paths thrown in just to keep the adventure alive. I highly recommend you come and check out the national park out this way when you have an opportunity, especially if you're a person who loves birds. You would be in your element here. I am looking forward to coming back and having a paddle on the lake. One day I did it here when I was in grade 7. It's been a very long time since then. I would love to do that again. It's sad that part of it now is private property, but you can still, I think, launch canoes from the lake there and paddle around. So let's hope we can do that one day soon. If you're enjoying getting out on these walks with me, or if you know somebody else who would enjoy them, please make sure you share our channel. It's something that is really close and dear to my heart. I love being in the outdoors and love sharing these places with you. If you enjoy it too, please pop a comment down below. I always love to have a chat. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that YouTube actually recognises that I'm a thing. That would be amazing. Have a great day. See you on the next one.